Hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm doing a pick a pile reading today in honor of the Libra full moon. I've posted these on my Instagram at intuitive.doula.marissa. You are welcome to follow me over there. I post a lot of content there as well. But for those who haven't seen the piles yet, we are working with the Energy Oracle pile on top, Starseed Oracle in the middle over here, and then Butterfly for Life Changes Oracle right here. So I'll give you a minute to ground yourself, take a few deep breaths, and choose a pile that is calling you, that feels right for you. You're welcome to choose more than one. You're welcome to listen to the whole message, all three piles. You never know what's in there for you. Please take what resonates and leave the rest. I will timestamp these piles as well. Yes, so take a few deep breaths. Okay, we're going to start with the Energy Oracle pile. Okay. You guys see these? Okay. Okay, Energy Oracle pile. So right off the bat, this thinking woman reversed is definitely giving having trouble figuring out what your path is, feeling stagnant with your own personal growth, maybe questions of, what is my purpose? But it's about trusting your intuition about what you need to learn in order to move on and move up. I'm sorry if you hear my kids in the background. But yeah, you need to trust your intuition about what you need to do to move on and move up. This could also be kind of a warning for some people. Beware of a woman in your life who could be misleading you or giving you misinformation in order to keep you kind of in this stuck energy. That's not for everybody, but I do feel like that's for somebody. I think it's interesting that the Ace of Swords ended up being right underneath this. Massive clarity coming in, or some type of communication. Something is going to finally click. This is going to be a life-changing idea for some, or a significant spiritual breakthrough for others. These are like aha moments, and you may have a few of these moments over the next few weeks, especially if we're dealing with this uh, full moon energy, right? So yeah, I was talking about aha moments. There's definitely gonna be a few aha moments I think that you'll get over the next couple of weeks, where you're finally seeing what God or what the divine has been trying to show you. You're finally seeing the offering um, that could change your life. It's so important to see things as they truly are and not what you want them to be, or what they have like the potential to be. Your mindset is rapidly changing too, I feel like, with this. Like the spiral and then the sudden like light coming out of it. We have accelerated motion, we have the chariot. I feel like fast, rapid movement. And yeah, sorry, I'm out of breath. Your mindset is changing rapidly. Like once this click happens, or like these aha moments start happening, everything else in your life is going to start to make sense or fall in line. With this first chakra archangel Michael card over here, you could have had problems with feeling secure in the past, especially regarding your foundations. Things will start to resolve soon, I feel like. Maybe call on Archangel Michael for strength and stability. Realize that you are capable of doing the work that needs to be done in order to move forward. Um, you've been bored or unsatisfied or frustrated. Definitely, like I'm seeing big frustration or unsatisfied. Um, but that's mostly because you're focusing too much on, what's been lost or what you've missed out on or what didn't work out in the way that you wanted to. Um, so yeah, it's time to stop focusing on all of that, really. So you can look up, you know what I mean? I mean, she's kind of looking off in the distance, but she's not paying attention to this offering that's right here, right? She's too busy worrying about all of the empty cups to her side over here. Um, but yeah, I think it'll be important for you to look up. Um, so yeah, so you can look up and start seeing like the amazing opportunities and people that are entering your life. Um, come back to the present moment and stop living in the past. You know what I mean? So that way you can see your situation in a new light. Stop focusing on what you don't have, and start being grateful for what you do have. It's up to you to shift into an abundant mindset. You know what I mean? Over here with the accelerated motion card as well, speed, flight, hope, passion, a definite ending to delays for sure, especially with this chariot card. Things are going to start moving quickly in your life. I do feel that once you get out of your own head, especially, and move out of your own way, things are going to really take off. It may seem like overwhelming and you may question, can I do this at first? Because it's all just going to happen. Yes, you can. Luck is on your side right now. Um, so just brace yourself as you take off. Manifestations are finally going to be aligning with you. So call them in. You need to take action, take initiative, take advantage of the things working out in your favor instead of worrying so much about the things that weren't working out for you. Because do you really want to make something that wasn't aligned work? Are you really going to be happy with the result that you get? Probably not. You know what I mean? With this Two of Swords, if you can't decide which way you want to go, it's because you're not seeing the bigger picture or you're not believing that this could happen for you. If you can't decide which way you want to go, it's because um, you're not like seeing the bigger picture or you're not believing this could happen for you. You just can't choose to stay stagnant. You can't choose to stay stuck. You have to move. Even if you don't know where exactly you'll end up, it's time to walk by faith, not by sight. That's what this card is talking about. It's time to walk by faith, and not by sight. Trust that you're being deeply protected and guided. Some of you have at least two prominent, um, you know, family members or ancestors on the other side who are guiding you. And sometimes they got to yell at you a little bit to get you to get you to go. And that's what it feels like right now. They're telling you get up and get moving. You know what I mean? You can't just sit here in this constantly. You have to let go and you have to just walk by faith. You know what I mean? Um, so stop over analyzing, overthinking, and just take the next step. There needs to be a balance of flow, and like decided action. Um, yeah, with this hangman too, that's where the flow is. This is like a new perspective is really being emphasized when you learn to let go of the things that are taking up space, in your mind and in your life. You make room for a whole new life. And it's time to surrender so that way you can realign. You know what I mean? Um, because there's just so much to celebrate once you start immersing yourself in what you love and once you start pursuing your passions. Once you start to realize that there are no limits to what you can achieve. I mean, you're so connected. You're connected to something larger than yourself. You didn't have to go through all of this, you know what I mean, for nothing. Let it be for something. Um, because you're being gifted the opportunity to become all that you can be. I mean, this is taking inspired action, pushing through this weird, stagnant, uncomfortable phase that you're in, with willpower and determination. I mean, inaction is the same as deciding to stay still, you know? So are you going to continue to wallow and be like shoulda, coulda, woulda? Or are you going to, get your ass up and work? I don't know. Kim Kardashian, I don't know if you guys are chronically online like I am. Or maybe somebody watches, the Kardashians and that's a specific message for them. But yes, get your ass up and work. You know what I mean? Because you have it in you. I'm not saying that because you're being lazy or, none of that. But if you have that in you, why aren't you using it to your fullest potential? You know? Um, so yeah, it's time to make some tough decisions. Not everyone is coming with you in this next chapter. Your old self isn't even coming with you in this next chapter. A new you is being reborn. We've got rebirth card over here. Because yeah, a new you is being reborn. So don't feel overwhelmed if you have, a lot of ideas or goals and you're not sure, what do I do first, or which path do I go down first, or you know what I mean? You are a multifaceted, multi-talented person. So just start on one thing and you'll see how quickly everything else kind of starts to fall into place for sure. Taking care of yourself during this time, hydrates, please stay hydrated, especially when working through this kind of energy. It's going to move through a lot quicker. You'll be able to let go of things a lot quicker if you're staying hydrated. And spending some time alone so that way you can rest, reflect, realign. You know what I mean? You really need to figure out what it is that you want, what's working for you, and outside of all of the noise that may have surrounded you in the past. Um, let's read this affirmation. Magic. I believe in magic. I see evidence of it all the time. And though the tricks can probably be explained away by something sensible and ordinary, I'd rather not ruin the fun. Other people can fill their days with mere coincidences. I fill mine with, holy crap, that's unbelievable. Period. Because you're not meant to live, a regular schmegular life. So stop trying to make that work. Wander the way, or wonder the way, wander the way. I feel like that goes in hand with this Two of Swords and this hangman energy. You know what I mean? You're not going to always know the right step, or you're not going to be able to map out a set plan. Sometimes you just kind of have to start and see where it goes. You know what I mean? Plant magic will assist you. Let's see how. Hold on. Let's see how plant magic will assist you. Is there a specific plant that this collective needs to work with at this time? Is there a specific plant or there's one. Sage. Purification. Yeah, it's time to clear out this old energy. You know what I mean? Open some windows. If not sage, then grab something like juniper, Palo Santo, if that's your jam as well, and just clear out the energy, for sure. And then look what was on the bottom. Faith, mustard. You need to have the faith of a mustard seed. I don't know if some of you followed Christianity, or maybe you come from a family of Christianity, or maybe the ancestors that surround you, were Christians. But walk by faith, not by sight. Got it? Okay, let's move on to the next pile. Okay, let's jump into the Starseed Oracle pile. Oh, oh wow. Big shifts happening for this collective for sure. Yeah. Yeah, big shifts, new creations, ready to be born. And you're being called to surrender to these, projects or creations and usher in a new era, not just in your own life, but a new era on this earth, in this collective. So yeah, it's time to do your part in the weaving, or like the weaving of the web of life. You know what I mean? That's what the Seven Sisters card is all about. Um, this is also like the card for artists and the midwives or birth workers. Um, yeah, the question before you right now is, what wants to be birthed through me? What new creations are whispering in my ear? Um, and what are you being called to make or to create? I mean, creativity and intuition come from the same sacred place. You know what I mean? That sacral chakra. Um, and you are the ultimate creative. So it's time to remember who you are. You are the artist, you are the poet. I mean, creativity is your true nature. And so this is a call for a new business or a new book, or just weaving beauty into your everyday life, in your home, in your cooking, and really expressing yourself. I'm getting like a solar plexus energy as well. So sacral and solar plexus, but really expressing yourself. And, the blues are also giving me throat chakra. Anyway, this is how, creating and being in that creative state is your meditation. It's how you meditate. It's how you connect with yourself, and with how you connect to God or connect to the divine, whatever that means for you. So allow yourself to experience how fulfilling a creative journey can be. Fill your life with laughter and joy as you enter this new era. Practice gratitude for all that you have. Um, I'm really looking at the Nine of Cups as I'm going through this, but practicing gratitude for all that you have and all that you've been through and all that you are. No mistakes were made. No mistakes were made in what you've gone through, and how it's shaped you. And that could be a harsh reality. And I'm not one of those people who's like, there's a lesson. Well, maybe I am one of those people who's like, there's a lesson in everything. But I was one of those people who hated hearing that. Because it's like, why do I have to go through all of this bullshit to get through something good? And that doesn't happen for everybody, but you know, it's more than likely happened for you. And no mistakes were made in this. You know what I mean? But because you've made it through and you've worked through, I mean, we're going to get into all this, but because you've worked through or are working through all of this, a wish is being granted. And it's something that's not only going to change your life, but it's going to change the lives of others. And this star family, this the blessing the shift is bringing you, or the blessing that is coming in, is bringing you closer to your soul family, your star family. There's been a lot of back and forth energy on, what do you want to do? Do you have the guts to do it? Do you believe in yourself enough to do it? You're watching all of these other people kind of go after their dreams, and the people that are your peers. And for whatever reason, you've been questioning what it is that you have the capability to do. Um, just do it. That's all I got to say about that. Just do it, because it's only going to bring you closer to the people that are meant to be in your life. You know what I mean? You've dealt with so much pain. You've dealt with heartache, heartbreak, relationship losses, identity crisis, or like the loss of your identity. Your beliefs have been breaking down, and you're realizing what you thought you wanted so badly really wasn't for you. And finally, this feeling is passing. I keep hearing, this too shall pass. And yes, keep keep going. You know what I mean? This too shall pass. Um yeah, there's like a severing that's been so painful, but so purposeful and even necessary for some people, because you weren't going to separate yourself um from this life that you were living, that you had no business living, or these people that you surrounded yourself with, or the relationship that you were in. Like, you were not going to sever yourself, to leave that on your own. Not because you didn't see the red flags, or because you knew it didn't feel right, but because you just were comfortable, right? It's what you knew. um and yeah, the divine was like, nah, there's divine intervention had to step in, because your future is so bright. You know what I mean? Despite the darkness, because of the darkness, actually. Um, so give yourself the necessary time to heal, and then anchor yourself into the light. Because, yeah, this is your time to shine. No matter what's happening around you or in the world, you are promised so much. So much. Some of you could be having a baby or planning a family. Others of you, like I said, are the doulas and the midwives, and stepping into your purpose. There's a message here of a constant renewal of life. And you're about to shine so bright. People are going to flock to you like moths to a flame. Like, you're a compassionate, generous, and inspiring leader. So step into this role, because the people need you. The world needs people like you. So be discerning and stay open. You know what I mean? You aren't meant to walk this world alone. You just weren't meant to walk the world with them, with the people of your past. You know what I mean? Those past people, for sure. Um, that's why things weren't working out before. You know what I mean? You couldn't, wouldn't, or straight up just didn't want to see the people you used to surround yourselves with for who they really are. Um, but now, you're seeing everybody and everything in your past. Yeah, you couldn't, wouldn't, or straight up just didn't want to see the people in your past, or that you surrounded yourself with, for who they really are, or were. Um, but like, now, I'm not saying that everybody in your past was a bad person. They may have hindered you from walking your true path. They hardened you or held you back in ways that you didn't see before. Um, but now, with this illumination, this light coming in, you're you're seeing things a lot clearly. You know what I mean? And illusions are lifting. Um, Especially with this 5 of Cups here, illusions are lifting, or you were lifted, and you started to realize how disappointed and hurt you were with dealing with these past people. Some of you dealt with straight up betrayal, backstabbing, cheating, just like horrible heartbreaks, really. um and it could have left you blindsided, or put you in a state of shock, because you couldn't believe it. You couldn't believe that somebody would do this to you, somebody that you were so close to, somebody that you loved. I mean, some of you could have been family members. You never thought that they would do the things that they do, or do the things that they did. You know what I mean? So it left you blindsided and kind of in a state of shock. But it's time to use your intuition. Yeah, it's time to use your intuition, um, to its fullest capabilities. You know what I mean? Be discerning. Be discerning. Um, and yeah, with this intuition card too, just kind of moving on. With this intuition card, there's probably a lot of synchronicities, or like, coincidences. I say like that because I don't believe in coincidences, but these things surround you, and it's an alarm clock for you to stop, be open, pay attention, be open to these messages. When you learn to trust and you use your intuition, you'll be able to perceive situations and people with a more discerning eye. And you didn't go through this to make your heart hardened. You still need to be open and be receptive, but you can't be as trusting and you can't be as giving, not to certain people. You know what I mean? You need to learn discernment. Not everybody can have all of you all the time. Um, and yeah, with this Eight of Cups, it's like exactly what or who needs to be left behind for good. Choose your sacred dream. Choose yourself. I mean, this is an act of like radical self-love. There's nothing more healing and more powerful than breaking free of the things that are holding you back. You know what I'm saying? Like realign your path by letting go of old beliefs, of other people's expectations of you, of guilt you've harbored or old ways of being. I mean, this is a period of intense shifts for you. So it's time to travel lightly. Let it go and take care of yourself. Let it go is right here too. Let it go. And things are always changing. Find comfort in that, honestly. It's scary. Change is scary. You never know what's on the other side. But also, when you're in this kind of energy, there is comfort and things are always changing because now it can change for the better. Yes, rest, reflect, and redo. Self-explanatory. Crystal magic may assist you at this time. Sit with yourself, really, and try and figure out what calls to you, what it is that you need to work with. Maybe some rose quartz, obviously, for like self-love. You can use clear quartz to work with your intuition as well. Crystal magic. Look up some crystals that will definitely help you during this time. What's our affirmation? Story of my life. As I tell myself the story of what's happening in my life, I choose to make it the kind of story where even the tough parts have a sort of inner beauty. It's ultimately a happy story where every character, no matter how wicked, is doing their best. And let me tell you, it'll be worth it when you earn that Pulitzer Prize for Best Inner Monologue. Yeah, this kind of goes back to what I was saying. Like, I'm not saying that all of the people that were in your life are bad people, but your paths are not aligned. You are on different levels here. You know what I mean? Not to say that you're better than them or things like that, but you're better than the situation that you were in, and you have to let them figure their shit out for themselves and heal their hearts on their own. You know what I mean? Otherwise, they're just going to keep bringing you down. Spending time with friends is important. People who lift you up, true friendships, with like-minded interests, just so that way you can breathe and share and let some things off of your chest. Music is also really important. I feel like a big message here is maybe changing the type of music that you listen to. Starting your day with uplifting music or ending your day with something calming. Or for some of you, if you have a playlist kind of like this, I would shuffle through a few times and see what song it lands on, and maybe there's a message in there for you. That's something that I like to do a lot. But yeah, big shifts happening for this collective. I mean, you're truly stepping into your purpose or being pushed to step into your purpose. So I wish you all the luck and much love on their journey. And now I'm going to go to the final pile, Butterfly for Life Changes Oracle. All right, this is the Butterfly for Life Changes Oracle pile, the third pile. I had started this reading, but then my video cut out. And so, yeah, we're here now. Okay, I'm a lot of breath now. I'm going to start over here with this motivation card, work my way down. Basically, what's interested you doesn't anymore, or what does interest you has been distracting you from your responsibilities. There's like this pattern is stressing you out. Something is stressing you out. And there's a need to deal with the boredom that's set in because of like mundane routines. You know what I mean? Like, you know how people are just like, oh, the days start coming, they don't start coming. You know that that song where it's like, you wake up, you do it, you do it, you do it, you go to bed. You wake up, you do it, you do it, you do it, you go to bed. And it's like this boredom has set in because of this. And you're feeling tempted, or you may feel tempted to kind of fall back into, or get tripped up into drama traps or some kind of chaotic energy just to get some excitement in your life, right? Um, or you could just, this could just be a sign of burnout. You may just need a detox or some kind of new exercise regimen to clear your mind and reignite your fire. Because, yeah, it's just time to shake up your routine. And don't let the boredom sway you from all the work that you've been putting in, or sway you from the path that you're on. You know what I mean? Because you're on the right path. You're doing the work. And yet you're still kind of in this discontentment feeling right now. I do feel like this is temporary. Like this is a test to see how committed you are. My goodness. Yeah, like this is a test to see how committed you are, right? And if you pass the test, I mean, hey, divine blessings are here for you. You may be bored now, but there's a lot of opportunity coming in to once again propel you forward. Some kind of like chance meeting or a fork in the road moment that will change everything, for the better, for the better. Um, and yeah, there's this moving card coming out. I've had so many readings lately talking about moving. Um, and so, yeah, this collective as well. Pack your bags. Or maybe you already just moved. Maybe you just moved. You could be moving soon, um, like into a new home. And it's scary. It's somewhat scary to move. It's a change, and not everybody is comfortable with change. But this move will be a perfect way to clear the energy and to reignite that fire that we were talking about, that really fuels your goals, right? For some, this move will feel, disruptive or annoying. I keep getting kind of a frustrated energy. So it may be annoying to have to go through such a move. Um, so self-care is going to be really emphasized here for this collective. Make sure that you take time to rest, and reflect. Don't fall off on the healthy habits that you've put into place for yourself, and really take the time, to maybe explore your new neighborhood. This will help you relax a little bit more about the move. Um, some of you could be changing jobs instead of moving. Either the move is from one career to a different one, or maybe you're going back to the office, or maybe you were at the office and now you're taking, the step to start working from home. Like there's some kind of a shift going on involving home life, I should say. Um, with this King of Pentacles down here, either way, don't stress, and especially don't fall off. Don't fall off. Don't stop doing the work that you've been doing, because this King of Pentacles here tells me that you have been putting in a lot of work, a lot of work. I mean, you've worked so hard for what you have right now, and what you don't realize is something even better is right around the corner. Like I said, give yourself a moment to reflect, on every lesson, every challenge, every failure, every success. You know what I mean? If you're feeling stagnant, then time to write down some new goals, envision and plan for, your abundant future. That will start to get things moving. The power of writing things down. I don't think a lot of people realize there's so much power in that. So start writing some things down. Um, in your pursuit for personal growth. Sorry, that's my daughter. I've been putting in a lot of work. And you've been putting in a lot of work for your personal growth as well. And it's okay to want some extravagance in your life or a little bit of luxury. But to live a luxurious life, you have to have faith, steady habits, and the courage to go after your dreams. You know what I mean? And healthy, steady habits. I do want to point that out. Okay. My video cut out again. This is like the third time in this reading that that's happened. It's fine. Anyways, I don't even know where I was, but we're going to start back over here. Or no. Yeah, we're going to start over here. Because this card, I love this card so much. It's just like when pigs fly, you know what I mean? Like there's so much serendipity in this reading. Like something so random but so good is about to happen to you. This is like the card of miracles. So take this time to tap back into your childlike energy and enthusiasm and like the enthusiasm that you had for the unknown before you were conditioned to be afraid of it. Because when you're a kid and you don't know something or you don't know what's beyond, or it's exciting, you want to figure it out, you want to be there. As an adult, you're like, I don't know about that. I'm not gonna put myself in that situation. But use this time to get back into that childlike energy and that enthusiasm for sure. I mean, stay focused, but also welcome unexpected twists, unexpected shifts. You never know what conversation will change your life. So make sure you're not being overly sensitive or controlling, This will only block the flow of blessings that are trying to get to you. With the support card, it's okay to get support from others. You've been so used to doing everything yourself, and that's worked out fine for you so far. But now is the time to ask or receive help. It's time to get honest with yourself about where in your life you could benefit from help. Asking for help doesn't mean that you're doing anything wrong. You just don't need to do everything by yourself all the time. Many parts of life require a team approach. And the way the world is right now, it's important to cultivate and lean on community. 222 when I looked at the time on my camera too. So yeah, especially with this, there's so many options. Like surround yourself with like-minded individuals that will help you get out of your head and see your life from a new perspective. There is no one perfect path, really. You actually have many options available to you. Like, and you may not look. He's like contemplating, and there's all these smoke, and the cups are turned over, so you don't know what's in them, and that goes back to that unknown, right? Stop stressing about, oh, do I choose this cup or do I choose that cup, or is this path or is that path, and just choose one. And if it doesn't work out, hey, choose another one. You know what I mean? Like you have so many options ahead of you right now. So like you never know who is going to come across your path, and maybe even just for a moment, and they radically change your perspective on your own life. I love this over here, this half over here, with this material and spiritual prosperity card. You could be receiving like a sudden bonus, a pay raise, a promotion of some kind, or there could be some kind of money blessing that's just coming in. It feels unexpected or out of the blue, but it also feels long overdue. You know what I mean? Like you could be working with a group of people, or soon be working with a group of people that will reach new levels of success. There's a big emphasis on togetherness here. Like you can get far on your own, but you can get so much farther with others, right? But yeah, you're like entering a period of prosperity and balance between your physical and spiritual world, where in your life can you spread this spiritual and physical wealth? Like you're really being asked to give back. You're about to have so much that you'll be able to give back. So start practicing that giving and receiving, and it'll also help get this energy flowing. You know what I mean? Get this kind of boredom, frustration out of here. With this Ten of Pentacles, I love the Ten of Pentacles so much. This has got to be one of the best cards And then, oh my God, there's a squirrel that brought me an apple. Sorry, I'm sitting in front of my window right now. I would move the camera so you could see, but I would mess up my setup. There's a tree outside my window that I placed my altar plate, and every time I take the altar plate and throw it in the trash, finally dispose of it, an apple will appear. And I'm like, who is bringing me these apples? And I finally caught the squirrel bringing me the apple. Okay, sorry, I'm getting distracted. That just made me so happy. Speaking of happiness, 10 of Pentacles, one of the best cards in the deck. It's time for you to prepare for your happily ever after. So yeah, you're being promised, long-term success, a healthy relationship, a family, generational wealth. I mean, I could go on, but really you're truly about to have so much money and happiness that you'll be able to give back generously, like generously. You're one small move away from seeing the bigger picture here. So don't fall into this stagnancy, or don't get caught up in drama, like at all, period. It's a trap. It is a trap. It is a test. Do not fail the test. Because, yeah, with this universe card, you've come so far on your journey. So be patient as your rewards for your efforts come in. You're about to be liberated and feel so at peace, really. Everything you've been working toward is within reach. It's like right there. So if you can reach it, grab it. You know what I mean? Like reach out and grab it because it's there for you. Okay, got out on me again. I'm going to try so hard to get through this video. Clearly somebody does not want you to hear this message. But yes, so many good things are coming towards you with these cards over here. You're that girl. You know what I mean? You're that bitch. So start acting like it, really. You've got the world under, like, at the palm of your hand, and you're free to travel as you please. I mean, you're so connected and you don't even realize it. I mean, the same energy that makes up the stars was used to make you. Act like it. Act like it. You know what I mean? Allow yourself to celebrate your wins, big or small. Allow the supportive community around you to witness your greatness, appreciate your work, and celebrate the person that you are. I mean, others, they're about to turn to you for your wisdom. So it's time to step up and confidently share your brilliance. Don't shy away or hide from your light or from the world. You are meant to be seen, you are meant to be loved, and you are meant to be celebrated. Period. Let's get into all of these over here. Oh, I saw 1, 2, 3 as I'm looking. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Money's flying through the door. Money is coming to you. I promise you. Push through the fear. Yeah. Whatever's holding you back, like it's time to push through that. So you can get to this. The past you is not required at all. Forgive others. Yeah. Absolutely. And the airway. The airway, like, communication, being able to communicate, reaching out to others, asking for help, tapping into that air sign energy. Okay, I hope you can hear me well. I'm having to just use my iPad for the remainder of this reading because my phone kept cutting out. So anyways, I was at courage. Let's see if this will focus. No one is fearless. No one. But even though I'm not fearless, I am courageous. When fear shows up, I don't run away from it. I use my courage to conquer it. My courage allows me to walk right up to the fear and kick it in the nuts, then quickly hide behind someone bigger until it goes away. I love those. And then over here, to take care of yourself, sync with the moon. Start working with the phases of the moon. That's how I practice a lot of my altar work, is with moon phases. Let's see over here. And then soak in a bath. Yeah, there's a lot of kind of cleansing, purging, and clearing energy for this collective. So soaking in a salt bath, especially during this full moon weekend, will be very beneficial. very beneficial for you. So yeah, those are the readings. Thank you so much for staying and listening to all of them, or the ones that you liked. Please follow me on Instagram at intuitive.doula.marissa. Subscribe to my channel, and yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful, blessed weekend. Bye.